Good morning. This is Insight, brought to you by Warren General Hospital and Advanced Disposal.
Advanced Disposal is your hometown garbage company. Advanced Disposal offers great service, great people, and a commitment to their customers and our community. At Advanced Disposal, they appreciate your business. Their local employees are proud to be your waste collection and recycling provider. They always give back to our community to make this a better place to live. So again, thank you for your business, and remember, Advanced Disposal, an old friend committed to our community. Call today for the Advanced Disposal Super Special. $25 off any container for your home or business. 265-1975 or 1-800-338-8971. And don't forget about the Advanced Disposal Oil and Gas Division, providing complete solid and waste management for Marcellus Shell Drilling Projects. Call 855-GAS-OIL-1. That's 855-GAS-OIL-1.
Cancer's a terrifying word. When diagnosed, you ask, who will treat me? Where do I go? Choose the Cancer Care Center at Warren General, where doctors medically educated at Harvard, Dartmouth, Georgetown, and on staff at a leading cancer center in Seattle personally assess and monitor the treatments of their patients. These oncologists chose the Cancer Care Center at Warren General for two reasons. First, they're able to personally serve each patient. And second, because the Cancer Center has invested in advanced diagnostic and treatment technologies to maximize patient outcomes. With our highly experienced oncologists using advanced cancer diagnostics and treatments in Warren, why would you need to go anywhere else? Ask your doctor to refer you to the Cancer Care Center at Warren General. The Cancer Care Center at Warren General Hospital. Exceptional care. Exceptionally close.
Today's program is a focus on the charitable programs offered to the community by the Warren County YMCA. We don't cover all the programs. We do have a time limit, but I speak with participants of the Live Strong, Rainbow Swim, and Scholarship programs, and end the program with the Executive Director of the YMCA, Thad Turner. With me are two people who are participating in the Warren County YMCA Live Strong program. At least one's participating. One, are you still with the program, Angie? Okay, Angie Hoffman and Gary Lester are with me. And good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Mark.
Good morning.
The Live Strong program, it is for cancer patients and survivors. Can you explain the program to me somehow? Is it like a rehabilitation, or is it past rehab?
There's a real wide variety of people who come to it, and I was surprised. First of all, it's a free service. They've established grants that pay for it, so everybody that comes in the door gets to do it for nothing. Was it 12 weeks, Angie?
Yes, it was 12 weeks.
And in the course of that 12 weeks, you get exposed to all of the different kinds of programs that the Y has to offer. And you had a thought about some of the different ones that I didn't think of. The
swimming was one. You get introduced to the water and water therapies. There was fly fishing, which I believe was to help with maybe breast cancer patients with our arms and the tightness that's there. There were nutritional talks and different doctors that came in and spoke. Dr. Verlin Kleppe came in and spoke on nutrition and exercise and how to balance that.
How did the YMCA get involved in this program? I'm assuming it's a national program.
It is, and it's like the positive legacy of Lance Armstrong. There is some that isn't so positive, I guess, but he established the foundation, I believe, and organizations can file for grants to fund it so that they can have the staff there and the materials and everything they need. And over the course of the 12 weeks, as Angie was saying, we got a chance to try a lot of different things. Exercise, diet, mental health, spirituality, all fit into it. I was very pleasantly surprised. I had known about the Y forever. I never thought I would go there. I'm not competitive. I'm not a jock. I thought it was about the high school swims team and the kids gymnastics program and that sort of thing. But you get there, and there are people who are just trying to get a little better. And this is what it helps you do. And people in my group, some were in much worse shape than I was. And I started to realize just by looking around that there were a lot of older people there who just come 3, maybe even 5 times a week just to limber up and get loose and a little bit of socialization. But it was so great to do it and not have to pay anything. But I got so much out of it that when the thing was over, I joined the Y. So I'm more than happy now to invest that in that to help. Now somebody else can go for nothing, I guess, if if we're all pitching in.
My family, my husband, myself, and our 2 boys have joined the Y since also. Mm-hmm. We've always just exercised outdoors or indoors on a stationary bike. But now we go to the Y and we swim, and our children use the weight room. We didn't realize how much that there is there to be used until this Livestrong program. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it appears there's a huge range once you get in the door. There are people who are doing competitive things, and there are serious weightlifters. I mean, these animals who are doing all kinds of things. But then there's the fitness room, which is about treadmills and elliptical machines and some tethered weight systems that are real simple to use. And that's what I did. And I got in better shape than I've been in a long time. I just get to a point when you get to a certain age where you don't burn it off anymore like you used to. I used to never have a problem with weight, and I always was relatively agile, but I started to lose that edge, and after 6 months or so, I started to feel better. It really did help.
Livestrong is relatively new, within the last 5-6 years, perhaps?
To our Y, it's new. It's only about a year. It's been here.
It's only a year.
For Warren, yes.
Yeah, maybe 2 now. Yeah, there's been 4 or 5 classes, and I think there were like 10 in my class. How about yours?
We had quite a big class, maybe 15 to 20. Yeah.
Did you get an invitation to join Livestrong, or do they just make it your doctors aware that there is this program?
They contacted me because a friend of mine had given my name to them, and that's how I was contacted.
Well,
how were you?
I was in a meeting, and it was a hospice meeting, as a matter of fact, and they passed out the Livestrong brochure saying, you might be working with some people who could benefit from this. And I thought, well, gee, maybe I could too. So I just checked into it, and sure enough, I qualified, and it was just dumb luck. I wish it was better known, because I'm sure there are a lot of people here who would qualify who don't take advantage of it.
What do you need to qualify other than being a cancer survivor?
I think that's it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They just wanted to, you go in for a little review, a little intake process where you list what the situation was, what kind of cancer you had, you list any special needs or things you can or can't do that you know of, physically limiting, and then they pretty much coach every single person. There were like 4 people there every time, and they would sit right there with you to explain to you how everything worked and how to do things, and you could almost set your own limit. There was a young man in our group who had a debilitating cancer, and he was struggling to walk and everything, and he ended up doing some of the most rigorous things because he still had a whole lot of upper body strength, and he was really outdoing everybody, I think, by the time he was done. It was pretty astounding.
I was kind of hesitant when I was asked to do the program because I'm an active person to begin with, and I thought, how can I benefit from this if I'm already active? I don't want to take the spot for someone else. However, I was blown away by it because not only did I learn more about nutrition and health, there was a lot more that I had learned. There were things, like I said, the fly fishing, the swimming. These are things I never would have thought of to help with therapy and getting better.
Now I'm hearing that the staff at the Y is involved, quite a few of the staff.
There were, I think, 4 staff members who, they do other things too, but they each have a certain kind of expertise in physical therapy type related stuff, nutritional type stuff, and fun. It's a lot of fun too. You
It is
take
a lot
that
of
out
fun.
of it. It was very recreational and entertaining at the same time.
Do they bring in volunteers from the community to help with the program?
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
We had a yoga instructor who does just occasional classes at the Y. We had a massage therapist who showed from a chiropractic office that showed us what that was about.
We had a martial arts class, Tai Chi, I think it was, and that was a lot of fun.
How long are the classes? How often do you meet, and for what length of period of time are you a member of the group?
It's 12 weeks long, and we met on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it was an hour and a half each day.
Right.
But I would find the other ladies in my class were there before, or some stayed after, because they wanted to do more at the Y. They weren't done with whatever we were doing that day, and they wanted to finish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had a certain amount of things that they had scheduled, but you were always welcome to stay and try other things or continue with what it was, because they had it structured to some degree, and only so much time allotted to each thing. And if that's what really clicked for you, then you were welcome to continue with that afterwards.
And we want to emphasize that it was free.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a Y member.
No.
It's open to anybody.
Mm-hmm. And that also gave our families access to use the Y during that time, too, to get comfortable there.
Right. There's a kind of a buddy program, and everybody who comes in, well, you get a nice yellow T-shirt, and you get a white T-shirt for your partner who can come with you. Anybody you want to come along and be,
Your support.
Yeah, support staff. Can be a family member or a friend or something like that. Plus your family can go. And you can go other times other than just during the class. So you get a full exposure to the whole program, and there's lots of room in that place for competitive people and jocks and weightlifters and things like that, but there's also a lot of room for regular people, and especially if you don't have to pay, if you can get in under a scholarship program or under something like this, it's a real bonus.
Well, I'm hearing from both of you that it was an enjoyable program to participate in, certainly worth your time, and you're better off for having gone through the program.
Very grateful.
Absolutely.
Very grateful to have gotten the chance to do that. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So this is one program we don't want to lose in our community.
Absolutely not.
No, I hope it grows, and I hope it's running round the clock, session after session. We certainly have enough people around who would qualify.
Yeah, it was very helpful, and I believe that there's a lot more people out there that can be helped by this program.
There's no need to be afraid of it. It's not grueling in any sense of the word unless you want to make it that way.
It's at your own pace.
Yeah.
Okay, anything we want to add? I think
Snacks.
you did a good job.
They have snacks.
Healthy snack.
They give you recipes, and they will usually bring in a sample of it so you can try it. And it's an alternative to all the chemical things. They're kind of sticklers about not eating things with a lot of additives. They like the natural food type stuff, and you can make it yourself, and it's kind of fun, and it's pretty good stuff, too.
Do you have any assignments, anything you take home with you and then bring back?
They do have a log that you can fill out once in a while, and some exercises that happen, and it gives you a lot of food for thought. And we did have to do a food log of what we ate. That was a little embarrassing from time to time, but that was kind of fun too, because we tease each other about it. It's not terribly demanding of time or anything else. It's well worth every minute you put in.
It's very enjoyable, I thought. We did have a log also for the Nautilus room, where we would keep track of how often we did what machine. And from the beginning to the end, you could see progress. You could see you weren't per se lifting or doing as many reps as you were as time went on. You could see your progress.
Yeah, the weights would go up. How long you could do it would go up.
Yeah.
And like that, yeah.
Okay, I thank both of you for being with me today to talk about Live Strong at the Warren County YMCA.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
With me is Barb Swanson, the Executive Director at the Don Mills Achievement Center. Good morning, Barb.
Good morning, Mark.
And the Don Mills Achievement Center participates at the Y in the Rainbow Swim, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But let's talk first about the Don Mills Achievement Center. It's been around for quite a while.
This is our 90th year.
90th year.
Yep.
A lot of changes.
A lot of changes in the programs and services over the years. All good.
And where are you located, and how many is on your staff?
Right now, we are at the grounds of the State Hospital building, so our address is 677 Hospital Drive, and we have a staff of, well, actually, we have 9 people.
9 people on the staff.
Yeah,
and you have,
two full-time, and the rest are part-time. So.
Do you have volunteers that help out at all?
Yes, we do. Mm-hmm.
Okay, about how many participants do you have in the program?
In Rainbow Swim or in everything?
In everything.
Oh, my gosh. In the Rainbow Swim program, we have about 60 participants. In our preschool class, we have about 30. In our summer camp Talk a Lot, we had, I would say, 85 kids last year, and we have maybe 25 to 30 teen volunteers.
Okay, and you have a lot of activities for them to do.
Yes, we do.
And one of them is the Rainbow Swim at the Y. How long has the Rainbow Swim been part of the program?
Well, it started long before I've been there. I've been there 27 years, so I'm going to guesstimate it's about 40 years old.
And how many of the people at the Don Mills Achievement Center participate in the Rainbow Swim?
Quite a few, actually. Some of the children in our preschool program attend. Some of the children in the other intermediate unit classroom, they also attend. It's open to anyone, Mark, in the community that has mental or physical challenge, special needs or challenge. They're more than welcome to come to the Y. They graciously give us this hour every Friday evening from 6 to 7 o'clock, where families come. Sometimes it's just, a mom and a child, or it's the whole family. They all come, they all participate, so it sort of is almost like a family swim.
Is it a learn to swim program?
Yes, it is. It's like I said, it's offered to all people that have a disability to help develop the skill of swimming. It promotes a feeling of independence and safety in the water. And at the same time, it has fellowship and fun while having a learning experience. So they sort of divide up into different groups and different volunteers that have done it for many, many years. They take maybe the older kids or some of the adults and do different activities and things with them.
So it's organized activities.
Yes, it is.
Do they get a chance for a free swim?
I'm not sure if some may stay after free swim after others leaves.
But the Rainbow Swim is free of charge to
Yes.
those who participate.
Yes, it is.
Do you know if they have donors that help with any costs that arise?
I don't think really the only cost that we have with Rainbow Swim is we like to participate and give the people a party twice a year, which also the Y donates the use of an activity room for that as well, and we give them Christmas gifts and little birthday things like that. So the biggest thing is there's 60 participants in that program and I've had some of them come up to me and say, what are we going to do? What are we going to do if the Y closes? And I don't know. It's a really valuable program, and we just so appreciate everything that the Y does for us.
And this program, you said, is every Friday evening?
Every Friday evening from 6 to 7.
And anybody who wants to participate just needs to contact the Y.
They can contact the Y, they can contact us at Don Mills, and we can let them know there's someone new coming. Karen Lyle has been our volunteer coordinator for many, many years. She does an awesome job. And they don't have to have a Y membership to come to the program. They just can go in and enjoy the activities.
Okay, Barb, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
With me is Christy Fry, who is participating in the scholarship program at the Warren County YMCA. Good morning, Christy.
Good morning.
First, tell me a little bit about the scholarship program. What's involved there?
I applied for the scholarship because I'm not currently working right now. I'm a full-time mom, so instead of paying for babysitting, I take care of my child, so I don't have to pay for that. But in applying for the scholarship, they will decide on your income in your household how much you're going to pay yearly or monthly for a year to be a member at the Y. And plus there's other programs that I get into, like exercise class, body pump, where she tells me just to come because she knows, I'm trying to build my life back together. And also, Terry goes into Little Rookies. It's Little Dribblers now, but...
Who is Terry?
Terry's my son.
Okay. He's
4. But I get discounts and stuff on certain programs, because they know I cannot afford, especially, I live off of my son's father's Social Security because my son's father passed away. So, in turn with that, it's not very much money. So, and I haven't been able to work, but based on the household income, I have a chance to be a part of the Y. And also, he's in preschool now. So, according to our income also, we get that paid for. And that's because of the scholarship program.
Okay, so this is a membership program. And do you know how many people are involved?
I know there's a lot because I am affiliated with the House of Hope, and that's a halfway house for women in Warren. And I can get them to sign up for the scholarship program because, usually they're just coming out of jail and trying to rebuild their lives. So they have a chance to be able to go and exercise and learn a healthy lifestyle through the Y.
Absolutely. So the local Y, and I don't know, is this a national Y program or is it only specific to our Warren County YMCA?
I'm not sure of that answer.
Okay, I'd have to talk to Thad or somebody
Yeah,
at the Y to
I
find
mean, I'm
out
sure
that
it is, but
information.
I'm not 100% sure.
So they either give you an entire scholarship, all paid, or a discounted scholarship. Does it work both ways?
I believe it does work both ways, yes.
Okay, so what they do is anybody that's interested can apply, and then what do they call you in for an interview?
Usually someone does call you back and then explains to you, what you're going to get. Usually you check back in with them, and it's already in their computer systems.
And that makes you eligible for all the programs?
Yeah, and you can write down, because being a member, you still have to pay for certain programs, but you don't have to pay as much as a non-member.
Mm-hmm.
And for myself, they give me 75% off of one program a month, which I use that for my son's program because it ends up being like $3.75 for him to attend a 5-week class.
Okay, and are there other activities that your son can participate in?
Yeah, we first started with Tumble and Splash when he was about a year old, maybe 15 months. And that's also with Mr. Tom, and he loved that class. They go in and run around and play certain games and sing songs, and then we'd go over and take him swimming. So then he also got to start to learn how to swim. And that's the same for me. I met healthy women, just healthy people in general, where I learned from them, what a healthy lifestyle is. And, I mean, it also brings you to other outreaches in the community, if you have a child, too, like other story times, or you can get play dates with different moms, stuff like that.
So it's a very worthwhile program, and it's great to be a part of the YMCA.
Yes, it is.
Have you been a member elsewhere at any other Ys?
No.
Okay.
Just in Warren.
So this is your first experience, and you'd rate this experience pretty high.
Yeah, I was involved when I was very young with my father. When my parents split up, I was about 8. And my dad and me used to go to the Y every Saturday night when I was little, and I remember that was kind of like the highlight of my week. I was going in there with my dad and swimming down in the deep end and getting the ring and coming back up, like a challenge kind of. So I've been involved for a long time, but got away, I went down a bad pathway, which led me to destructive choices. And I turned around many, many years later when I was 29, and now the Y has helped save my life today, because without meeting those people, learning there's healthy things to do in life, other than my lifestyle was very destructive, which led to jails and institutions. So coming back around to the Y and getting involved there, and then there's the scholarship program because I was not working, just got out of jail again. I just lost my fiance due to drug abuse, stuff like that. So, I had an open door for me to apply for the scholarship program, meet wonderful people, and then in turn I got my child in programs, and I wouldn't have been able to afford it without the scholarship program. And then in turn, a lot of the women I met were like, oh, come exercise, come exercise. So I finally did, which I've never exercised really in my life. So I started the body pump class, and I met lots of wonderful ladies, and I started feeling very good, my body, physically, mentally. And then my son can have fun too while I'm there exercising, so.
So it sounds like it was an excellent choice you made.
Yes, yes.
And thank you for being so candid. And your testimony is a testament to the Warren County YMCA and to this particular program. And anyone who is listening who would like to check out the Y, by all means, do so.
It's well worth it. I owe part of my life to the Y, so couldn't have done it without him.
Okay, Christy Fry, thank you very much for spending some time with me.
Thank you.
With me is Thad Turner, who is the Executive Director of the Warren County YMCA. Thanks for taking time to be with me, Thad.
Thank you.
We've already talked with people who are participating in the Live Strong for cancer survivors. We've talked with Barb Swanson, who commented on the Rainbow Swim, and Christy Fry told us about the scholarship program. Can you give me a ballpark figure on how many people are involved in these programs?
Well, altogether there's several hundred. Just in the scholarship program or the financial aid program alone, there's somewhere between 400 and 600 people involved in that, but that doesn't include a lot of the other programs like all of the people that are necessarily involved in a program we call ARC, which is Activity Room Kids, and the Live Strong programs and several of the other programs. So all in all, it entails several hundred, I'd say well over 1,000 people when you tally everybody up.
And the costs that are associated with running all these programs, you do have your membership, around 5,000 or so. Mm-hmm. Plus you get a lot of support from donations from individuals and businesses.
We certainly do. We're one of the United Fund agencies. That's a great help. And then also the local businesses are great in Warren. They always have been. For the 100-plus years that the Y has been around, it's been there because local people have seen the importance of it and made it happen.
Now, you are adding on to your property, so to speak. State Representative Kathy Rapp was in a few weeks ago, and we talked about the property tax exemption. The legislature wants to move it out of the court back to the legislature, so we'll see how that works out. But she brought up the fact that you're receiving a loan from the state for locker rooms for the disabled. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's actually not a direct loan. It's a tax credit to the businesses that are helping out with it. So we have several businesses. We'll have a grand opening here probably in April. But several local businesses have come to the aid of the Y so that we can build and develop a special needs locker room. And this locker room will be available to the 1,500 plus visits that we have each month from special needs people. And what it will do is it will enable them and their caregiver to prepare for programs that they participate in at the Y. But through the program, it's called a Neighborhood Assistance Program. And the great part about this is that these local businesses can actually donate to these local projects and then get tax credits so that their money can stay right here in our community and not go off and maybe go to some more urban areas where a lot of the tax money is spent. So it's a really great program. Kathy Rapp has been incredibly helpful in this project, and so has a lot of other people. But it's been a great thing.
And the businesses that help out with the Y, they're from the entire county.
Yes, yeah, there's people from all over. We have a lot of different businesses. Some of the really big ones that everybody kind of identifies with helping out, but then also a lot of the smaller businesses stepped up and really made a difference.
Now, the playground. Can you tell me a little bit about the playground?
Yeah, the playground. We identified a need, it's been several years ago, as in the special needs locker room project. That project has been talked about and thought about for more than 10 years now. But the playground is a little bit more recent, but the South Street School had closed down, and they had a very nice playground there, and it kind of met the needs of that end of town. When that closed down, the playground also was taken out. So we really thought this is one of the things that we need. It's just a place for families to bring their kids. It really has nothing to do with YMCA membership or even, someone that necessarily uses the Y. It'll just be an open playground, and it'll be available in the spring. We have the playground itself built, but the surface, a special surface so that it's not, the impact won't be a factor. But that will be all done by the spring and open to the general public, so it's another great project. So on both the east end of our building and the west end of our building, we have two major projects that are well underway.
Now, the reason we're having this program is to share with the public just what charitable programs the Y offers to people who are non-members or members who have a tough time meeting the membership costs. Are there any other programs you can think of offhand that we haven't mentioned?
I had mentioned the ARC program. The great thing about it is if you come to the Y around 3:30 or 4 o'clock, you'll see it's just packed full of kids. I think some of the folks that maybe don't get to the Y very often have this misconception that the YMCA is this health club or health center. Yeah, and fitness is a big part of what we do and a very important part of what we do. But way beyond that, meeting the needs of the community is really why we're there, and I think if you come at that time of the day, you'll see that we don't look a whole lot like a health center or fitness club. We look a whole lot more like a community center, and we're full of kids. And so the ARC program is an example. Kids don't have to be members of the Y. There's no fee for it, and we have somebody there that can kind of lead them in some activities, but if the kids want to just kind of hang around in a more supervised situation, that's what they do. So we'll get kids that come there right after school and stay till late afternoon or evening. So it's a great program.
Now, as our listeners are aware of, the county commissioners have asked the court, or that's their intent is to ask the court to rule on the tax-exempt status of some nonprofits who have property, including the Warren County YMCA. Now, the commissioners did say that they would meet with you or members from the Y to discuss your status. Have you had that meeting, or is it forthcoming?
No, it's actually today. So
it's actually today.
Yeah, so we're getting ready to have that meeting, and I really hope that they can see the value of the Y and the value of the Y of the community, and what we give back to the community far exceeds the taxes that they're trying to get us to pay. And it's not a matter of so much that we're against, we're not trying to be in a fight with the county or anybody as that goes. We're just trying to make sure that every dollar that we get in, whether it's donated dollars or whether it's dollars that we get in from programs and membership, that we can make sure that they're used the best they can be, and we can continue to meet the needs of the community as we have for over 100 years.
Okay, so you're meeting today. A decision may not come right away. They'll have to discuss it and look through all the paperwork, but we're all very hopeful that everything's going to turn out. We just can't imagine Warren County not having a YMCA. No. That just is unthinkable.
I use the analogy or the idea of it's a wonderful life, and in the two different towns that come out of that, if you know that movie, and the number of people it would impact would be not just the people that use the Y, it would impact people way beyond even the people that use the Y, because there's so much that goes on at the YMCA.
Well, Thad, we're grateful that you've relocated to Warren, Pennsylvania from Brookville. You are an asset to our community, and certainly the Y is, and we wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you. I love Warren. Thank you.
You have been listening to Insight, a production of News Talk 96.7 and Kinzu Country 104. Insight is brought to you by Warren General Hospital and Advanced Disposal. Comments and suggestions are welcome. Send them to newsroom@kibcoradio.com or marksilvis@gmail.com.